Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Adam.
And we are back at the cocktail episode. So we are going to be doing our May cocktail. Yep. And our May cocktail is...
the Whiskey Sour.
Whiskey Sour.
Right.
Going classic.
We're going for a very classic, but we're going to go the classy style.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get a whiskey sour and it's either going to be like sour mix or
too much
it's
syrup.
going to be like very syrupy or it's just going to be on the rocks. We're going to do it the more traditional, classy way, right?
Yeah.
So talk us through this.
We're gonna do it. I guess it's interesting because like this drink is so old. It's from the 1860s. There's no real, I guess, point in time when the first person ever created it.
Right.
But it's an old drink. And then around 1890s, they started incorporating egg in there. So we're gonna do it nice, a little egg foam on top of this guy, and it's gonna be
Very
good.
nice.
It's gonna be delicious.
All right. We're going to step away. We'll let Adam get to crafting his cocktail, and we'll be back.
All right, the Whiskey Sour, like I was saying earlier, this is one of the oldest cocktails, even before cocktails were a thing, which is weird. I'll explain real quick, not to get too wordy, but how cocktails were sort of created back in the early 1800s when you had a bunch of friends that would go to a bar. You would order bowls, punch bowls, big amounts of spirits mixed together, and then you guys would all finish it off, and that's it. So it was sort of based off this punch bowl idea, and then that kind of evolved into people getting jobs and not wanting to sit around and drink and just sit around and just imbibe a huge bowl. So then cocktails were sort of created. So the sour and the fizz and the julep, all those drinks started coming out of the mid to late 1800s. The sour was first published or first put on a menu in the 1850s, next to another drink called the Ritz, the gin. And to make it even more confusing, those drinks were exactly the same ingredients: it was gin, sour, and syrup. That's how the sour started, with those three ingredients. And it's sort of stuck around. It's still really traditional. Like I said earlier, the incorporation of an egg kind of came in the late 1800s, and it's been around. This drink has been around forever, and it's great. It's really good stuff. So your ingredients and tools, you need a shaker, of course. I have a double strainer around for, we'll get to that. Might not be needed. Jigger, of course. Simple syrup. Lemon, and your spirit. Tonight we're going to be doing a Rittenhouse Rye, bottled and bond, 100 proof. Holds up really well to the cocktail. My simple syrup is a little dirty. Nothing's wrong with my water. It's a mixture of turbinado sugar and just regular sugar, sort of mixed together. Turbinado's got a great flavor to it. If you have ever made simple syrup with it, recommend it. It's got this nice molasses flavor, some vanilla going on, so this guy's going to be really good. I'm expecting some notes to come off. I'm excited about this too. And also got some bitters going on for the end after the float. So, all right, real simple. You're going to do 2 ounces of your spirit. Three-quarters ounce of lemon juice. 3/4 ounce of simple syrup. All right, so you could crack your egg and do your egg white directly into your vessel if you want. I like to do it in something else beforehand, just in case. Mistakes happen, like just a couple minutes ago. Back to it. All right, so now we're gonna add our egg white in. A lot of bartenders go by this 10 and 10 rule, so after you incorporate egg into your cocktail, wait about 10 seconds. You're gonna let that mix together. The acid and gonna do nice things. The emulsification starts happening, so just let that chill for a second. And then for this drink, you want to do a dry shake and a wet shake. Anytime you do egg whites, that's usually the rule of thumb. Dry shake and a wet shake. Dry shake meaning no ice. you want to shake this for about at least 30 seconds. I have no timer going on. I have no idea. If it's longer, it's okay. A lot of bars in New Orleans had people just to shake cocktails. I don't know how fun that would be. All right. Usually when you open your cocktail, you're going to have a little pop there of the gases and emulsification. That's kind of fun. It's all the magic going on right there. So, for extra texture and body, a big solid cube is good for this. Oh, look at that. Got one right here. All right, now we do the wet shake. I also like to let that big cube just sit for the 10 seconds. The 10-second rule, just let it sit. It's going to get acclimated to the same temperature. It might crack, but let it chill for a minute. And then shake again. Alright. This can be served straight up. It can be served on a cube. It can be served on the rocks. Whatever you like. I really enjoy it on top of a cube. Also, the double strain doesn't have to happen. But just to save that extra cube or those little bits of ice that might fall in there, give it a nice little double strain. That's awful. Can't believe I did that. It's just silly. Alrighty, you can garnish this many different ways. Got a couple examples here. A little twist with a Luxardo with a side of lemon, whatever you want to do. Excuse me, orange. If you really like your friends, you can flesh out an orange and a cherry. That way they can just eat the garnish. That's just if you really like your friends. So, we're going to put a little bit of bitters on top of this. Get yourself a nice little dropper. Do 4 little drops there. You can stop there if you want to get crazy. Take your pick, draw a little circle through. Got some hearts. There you are. Whiskey sour.
All right. We've got 3 whiskey sours. Cheers.
Cheers. Enjoy, boys. See what you think.
All right.
With the Rittenhouse.
Refreshing.
I like it with the rye.
Custardy.
Yeah, it adds like a nice little spice to that.
Kind of like a little palate cleanser.
Yeah.
Sorbet.
Oh, totally.
A little sorbet.
Yeah.
You were saying what? Lemon pie?
Yeah. I think adding
Like a meringue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get that vanilla from the simple syrup too. It tastes a little different having turbinado syrup as opposed to just regular. I mean, you get a little
white
bit
sugar.
of But yeah, if you don't like eggs, you can add aquafaba, which is soybean water. You know, when you open up soybeans, that liquid. Yeah.
Apparently, it's
the vegan way.
emulsifies
I
similar.
like egg whites.
Yeah.
Egg
I'll
whites
say
are
egg
really
whites.
good. Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to give it a try. Eggs are, they're kind of expensive and stuff, but I like it au naturel myself. I don't know. There's also different
I'll split
foamers.
the cost of a dozen eggs.
Just for a
You'll
cocktail.
get- you'll-
Actually, I'm more thinking, how expensive is soybean water?
I mean,
You would think it's just leftovers, but somebody's probably marking that up.
yeah, that's true. That's true. You can also buy
business
like
model together.
we're missing the boat boys.
Yeah, it could be worth billions.
But yeah, there's also foamers you can buy. A lot of the famous bitters, People's Lee's bitters and Brothers bitters, they make their own foamer as well. So you can't beat this flavor though. The texture of the egg, the
Yeah,
flavor,
it
that
adds
creaminess just does something different.
People
to this
get
drink.
wigged out with raw eggs, though.
Yeah,
So
Don't. As long as you add it with an acid, you're fine. You are fine.
right. So it kind of does like a ceviche to it.
Yeah.
And it
It completely
kind of?
kills any kind of bacteria.
Nice.
You're good. You're fine.
And I would assume lemon works for that.
Lemon works for it. Yeah, it does.
I like it.
Yeah. Very tasty.
Very good.
Classic. Whiskey
All right.
sour.
Whiskey sour cocktail of the month for May.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Delicious.
Pleasure.
Well, Adam, thanks for making the cocktail.
Thank you very much.
Hope everyone at home enjoyed Adam's cocktail of the month. I know we did. If you did, we'd encourage you to support. Hit the like button at the bottom of the screen.
Subscribe. We're always looking for get out to a few more people. So we'd appreciate the support.
Yeah, and even some of your favorite cocktails.
Yes.
Send them our way.
Throw a comment in there.
We'd love to try 'em.
Love to try a new cocktail.
For sure.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.